Hey, good morning. Welcome to 0 to 3. My name is Justin Bailey, and we're going to be taking a look at Jonah chapter 3 today. Now, so far in the series, we've talked about why the Bible is worth listening to, why it's worthy to be believed and given credibility. We've also talked about some questions we can ask ourselves in order to understand it, some things that we can do to help us pull out the meaning of the text. This week, in chapter 3, what we're going to be talking about is some more questions that we can ask ourselves to help personally apply the material that's in the Bible. And in Jonah chapter 3, we see that Jonah has been vomited up by the fish, and he's actually willing to go to Nineveh. This chapter actually is just super rich of personal application, I think because he's finally being obedient. There are just a couple of things I want to highlight for you because I don't want to pre-digest the whole thing for you. I want you to do that on your own this week. But I just wanted to point out a couple of fine points that you may not know. Now, as we look at chapter 3 here, it says that Jonah finally obeyed the word of the Lord and went to Nineveh. Now, Nineveh was an important city, and a visit required 3 days. It required 3 days because it was so big. Now, what you may not know is it was about 550 miles northeast of where Jonah was actually vomited up on the seashore. So it's not like Jonah just got spat up right into the city and it was good to go. He had quite a journey ahead of him. So his obedience would have been tested. He would have had a long time to think about what was going to happen before him, and he still decided to do it anyway. Just put that in your under your cap or smoke it in your pipe or whatever. It took him a long time to get there. And a lot of times I think we can think, well, when I do the right thing, when I decide to do the right thing, it's easy, it's a piece of cake, and God just blesses me. And God will bless you, but it's not always the most simple thing. And in order for us to really do what God's calling us to do, sometimes it requires that we have a certain amount of resolve, a certain amount of stick-to-itiveness that says, hey, you know what, I'm going to follow this thing all the way through to the end. So with that, I'm going to let you unpack Jonah chapter 3 this week based on the questions that we give you either Sunday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop me a line, justin@ncctk.com. We'll talk to you soon.